He has transformed millions of lives by helping people discover their true inner gifts, overcome fear, and take action. If you're unsure about what to do next in your life, feeling stuck, or need an inspiration, Yogesh is here to show you the way. Yogesh Chabria is an entrepreneur, best-selling author, influential speaker, and the founder of the Happionaire Way, which is the world's leading successful system that has impacted people in over 1,000 companies all around the world. He has been felicitated as Mumbai University's most distinguished alumni as a leader in his field, along with others such as Mahatma Gandhi, Mukesh Ambani, and Anji Reddy. He is the recipient of IIT Bombay's Tech Award, IIT Bombay's E-Summit Award, IIT Madras's E-Summit Award, TEDx UPES Leadership Award, IIT Delhi Trust Award, Rotary Leadership Award, Maharashtra Government Community Leader Award, WOW Awards Jury, India's Best Motivational Speaker, LIRT, Global HR Summit Award. I am truly honored and so excited to invite Mr. Yogesh on our show. And today we are going to talk about how important financial independence and financial freedom is for a new age woman. Women have truly come a long way. There was a time when women couldn't vote or drive. Now we don't even think about those things because women back then fought for us.
Anuja, you shared something interesting, and I believe financial independence or financial freedom is for everybody, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman,
Right.
or some other gender also, because in today's world, the world we live in, money or finance might not be everything, but it is like oxygen.
Right.
So let's say to survive, you need oxygen.
So true.
But just because you have oxygen doesn't mean you will be happy, you will be satisfied. Similarly, you need money, to survive, to eat food, to read a book, to travel, to buy a house, to buy clothes. Even this call we are having,
Right.
you need money to have this call with me.
That's so true.
Even the person listening to you, on your podcast right now, or you might transcribe it, they need money to access it. They need a phone, they need a computer, they need internet. So it's very important for everybody to focus on their own financial freedom.
Right.
And unfortunately, many times people think, we'll focus when we graduate or when we reach a certain age. I think the faster somebody starts, if you're a young girl, the faster you start, the better it is for you.
That is so amazing. That is so true. So, Yogesh, there are a lot of psychological aspects attached to it, like our self-worth, probably identity, or the way we look at ourselves. So sometimes we feel as if we are not worthy enough to get into the market and probably pursue a particular career. Right? Sometimes we do not think ourselves ready enough to start a business. But we have talked to entrepreneurs before. We have talked to people who are running like successful startups right now. They started young. Some of them started in their middle ages. Some of them started later in their age. So there is no time foundation for that, or rather age foundation to it. So when we talk about psychology of this, so how can we make ourselves ready for a particular decision to make, and how to perceive ourselves in a position wherein we have the ability to pursue anything that we want to? So how to get that?
The thing is, many times people have what I call black hole statements. So what are black hole statements? There is programming, and I have been working with people now for over 20 years, and I've studied patterns, and this is a pattern so many people have. So they have programmed themselves with these black hole statements. So, if you look at physics, a black hole is something that sucks away energy, sucks away light, no matter what is there. And a black hole statement, when it is programmed into you, these are statements that suck away your energy, that suck away possibility. So people might have certain sorts of programming, and it's not their fault.
Right.
They might go through school or society or wherever. So they might think, I can't do it, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worth it, or I'm not capable enough, or I'm not confident enough, or I don't have focus, or I always procrastinate, or uh, I don't have the right family background. So many things, I'm not skilled enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what stops a lot of people.
Okay.
Some people go in this loop where they keep wanting to perfect something, so they go in this loop of perfection. So they say,
Yeah.
only when everything is perfect, I will start.
And it'll
You know,
never be.
They'll never be. They'll never be. Everything in life, you start off. So I always tell people, let us say you want to become financially independent, you want to be financial free. Start off wherever you are with the smallest thing.
Right.
With the smallest thing. I have had people who come to our program, the Happionaire Way,
Yeah.
and one thing I like is I like making people feel uncomfortable.
That's something new. Please throw some light on that. Yeah.
You grow only when you're uncomfortable. So one of the things I tell people is sell something, convince something. So sell anything you have.
Yeah.
So just the fact of making a painting and ringing your neighbor's bell. Say I made a painting, I want to sell it.
Yeah.
It makes people so uncomfortable.
Right.
So wherever you are right now, you're listening to this, get out of your comfort zone. And the first time, you might have to ring 5 bells, you might have to ring 10 bells, and your first painting might bring you only 100 rupees, only 500 rupees.
Of course.
It gets you out of your mental comfort zone, and you grow only when you come out of your comfort zone.
Of course.
If your audience is somebody young, let's say there's a young girl, she's 15, she's listening. She's 16, you're listening.
Yeah.
First, find out what is it that you enjoy doing. So somebody might like painting. I've had people, they say we love painting, we love writing, we love creating, we love making art. I said, go and sell it in your neighborhood. So just the fact of going and ringing, say, 20 bells in your neighborhood and saying, hi, I have created this painting. Would you like to have it?
Yes.
I've created this beautiful painting. I thought of you. Would you like to have it? Just a line. It's, but just saying these 2 lines, I have created this beautiful painting. Would you like to have it? Is so challenging for so many people. But once you do that,
yeah.
And once you even face the rejection, because some people will say, no, I don't want to. That's okay.
Right.
That's okay. Even if you don't want it. It's okay. If you know somebody who wants it, would you let me know?
Of course.
So,
as simple as that.
Just as simple as that. And within maybe 10 minutes, people have gone out, they've made money, whatever, within 5 minutes, within 10 minutes, within 15 minutes.
Right.
So you start doing that. I started selling when I was 5 years old.
Yeah, of course.
I used to sell toys, and I was not born in a rich family, but I think I was lucky because I got the opportunity to do that. And the faster you do it, the better it is.
And the sooner you do it.
But now, so if you're listening to this, if any of your listeners are listening to this, there is a reason you're listening to this. You could be doing a million things, a billion things, but from all the things you're listening to this, and if you're listening to this, and if you don't take action on what we are speaking, you would have wasted your time. I mean, I tell people you can watch my videos, read my books, attend the programs, but your life will change only when you take action. So right now, as soon as this podcast ends, go out there, pick up, even if you have not created anything. People have so much stuff in their house. Pick up something, pick up a t-shirt, pick up an old book, pick up anything which you don't need. Approach it to people. Hey, do you want to buy? Post it on those websites. You have these websites like OLX. Many of these websites are quicker.
There are like so many of them.
Post a picture. My 3-year-old son, when he was 3, he had a car which he wasn't driving. Somebody had gifted it to him. It was like one of those remote controlled cars which you sit in it.
Right.
It had spoiled. Now, I helped him put up a picture on OLX and he put it up. And I told him if somebody calls, speak to them. And we marketed the car as a safe car because it doesn't work, so it won't crash.
Okay. That is so amazing.
And somebody they came, they picked up the car, they went, they paid money, they paid 3,500-4,000 rupees for that car.
The deal is done.
The deal is done. Now he's older, now he sells other things. But I'm just trying to say, just look around your house.
Right.
And have fun with it. I think a lot of times people are too serious. If you want to make money or you want to succeed or get a job, I think also the confidence to have fun while doing it.
Right.
It really helps.
That is so inspiring. So, we have talked about coming out of the comfort zone. So, when people try to do that, the major bottleneck they face is, the drainage, the kind of taxing it does to your self esteem. So, you need to come out of that zone right away. The moment you are facing rejection, you need to come out of it right that moment. So, can you give us certain tips to do that in a faster way?
Anuja, I mean, the problem with most people is
Mhm.
their ego. Their
Yeah,
ego holds them back. So in their head, they think we are supposed to be a certain way.
right.
But the moment you let go of the ego and you realize, I'm here for a short time,
Yeah,
and it really doesn't matter whether somebody abuses me, whether somebody swears at me, whether somebody bangs the door at me. Uh,
right.
I'm speaking to you here. If you go online and you Google my name, you might find good things about me.
Of
But
course.
you will also find a lot of bad things. You might have people abusing me. I mean, when I was in college, when I was a young guy, I used to go
Mhm.
door to door selling. So
Mhm.
many people would bang the door on my face.
Yeah, right.
But but I said, they don't even know me.
Mhm.
They don't know me. If they do, so what? What?
Right.
What? I don't take it. So the
Mhm.
thing is, even if somebody abuses you,
Mhm.
don't take it.
Yeah, share it
Don't
off.
don't take it. If I send you garbage, to your
Mhm.
house, I courier garbage to your house, you have
Yeah,
the choice to not accept
right.
it. So don't accept it, and just in your head have this thing that this is what I have, what I'm sharing with the world. It
Mhm.
could be anything. It could be your painting. It could be your comic. Some people are creative. It could be jewelry you have made. It could be a dress you have made and you want to sell. Anything.
Right.
Have this belief within you that what you are selling, what you're sharing with the world is beautiful.
Yeah.
If you're an editor, have this belief that your skill, your service is actually service to humanity. Right now, what you're doing, Anuja,
Yeah.
you're asking me a question, but your service has the potential to change the lives of your listeners because the questions you ask are so powerful. Now, when you have that within you,
Yeah.
you will go out of your comfort zone. You will truly go out. So even it's like when a kid falls.
Yeah.
Say you're walking on the road, a kid falls, you will go out and help the kid, isn't
Yes.
it?
Of course.
You wouldn't care whether your nail polish is good, whether your shoes are good, whether your hair is good. You will
Yeah.
just help.
That is
Now,
so true. Yeah.
bring that into what you do. Bring that passion, bring that energy in, because each one of us, each one of you, each
Mhm.
one of you is here for a reason. Every
Yes.
on earth for a reason. And we are here in the larger scheme of things for a very short time.
Right.
Life expectancy maximum might be 100 years, 110 years.
Yeah.
But in the overall thing, 14 billion years universe, 4.5 billion years Earth,
Yeah.
it's very, very small.
Yeah. Exactly. It's worthless. It's negligible.
It's not going to matter. Even if somebody
Right.
abuses you, somebody rejects you, they're not even rejecting you. They're
Right.
just rejecting your act. And
Right.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yes. Of course. Yes. Of course. That is so powerful. That is so powerful, Yogesh. And I can feel the heat of it. Listening to your videos, reading your book, that gave me some sort of, energy. I got the energy. And when I'm talking to you, I can feel the heat.
Yeah.
So, I think that's the heat of the positivity that you have
And
in your
convert it
words.
to action. See, I always
Yeah.
tell people, if you're feeling the heat right now, if you're in the audience, you're listening, you're feeling the heat, use this energy to go and act. So it
Right.
doesn't have, I always tell people, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
My books, I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a
Mhm.
perfect person. Nothing I do is perfect. Human beings, uh, in our pursuit of perfection, sometimes we stop ourselves. Perfection comes with practice.
Of course.
So you keep doing it, keep doing it over and over again. But one of the best ways to attain financial independence,
Yes.
whether you're a guy, whether you're a girl, is your ability to persuade people that what you're offering them is beautiful and of great value. So even if
Of
you want to
course.
get a job,
Yeah.
if you can convince the other person that what you bring on the table is beautiful and you really want to help them, your skill, your service, your product will really help them. You will.
Right. Yeah. Of course. That is so amazing. So, Yogesh, I mean, now we are living in a post-COVID world, right? So there was a pre-COVID world that was in a certain way. Right now, things have changed a lot. So whether it's we talk about the market, we talk about the finances of people, we talk about the psychology of people, the mental state that new generation is in right now. Things have changed. Of course, they have changed. So, what do you think is the most important thing to stick to right now? One. Then, second thing is how to change your ways with the changing markets. Because right now, I think the way the market is, people need to change their ways of pursuing, their passion. So,
Yes.
how do you think we need to bring about a change in the way we are working in a post-COVID world?
Anuja, it's very interesting because COVID
Yeah,
made so many people realize so many things. If you look at it,
right.
COVID was actually a very powerful message. And
Mm-hmm.
what are things people realize? I mean, I've been sharing this for very long, and sometimes people don't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing,
Yeah.
very important, is to take charge of your physiology, to
Yeah.
take charge of your physical body.
So true.
Because till you don't take charge of your physical body,
Yeah.
other things don't fall in place. So have in some routines which because your energy. So like, for example, if I'm speaking to you or anybody, energy comes from certain physical activities.
Right.
So the first thing I tell everybody to do is start your day with some sort of physical activity. It sounds very simple,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very powerful.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful. Every single morning, if you spend, say, 40 minutes in sunlight,
Yeah.
in nature, if you have a park nearby, you go to the park. If you live in a place with a beach, you go near the beach. If you have a river, you go near the river.
Mm-hmm.
And sunlight, natural sunlight.
Yeah.
And you do the simplest of things. You just take a walk for 40 minutes. I'm not saying, you practice yoga or any of those things. Those
Right.
are great. But just 40 minutes walk every single morning,
Mm-hmm.
you will generate so much energy.
Yeah.
And your health, one problem I saw in COVID is people fail to realize that their immunity gets built up when they exercise, when they eat healthy, when they laugh.
Right.
When instead, people were sitting, they were eating unhealthy, watching the news all the time. I have a lot of respect for the media, but watching the same news over and over and over again, and not moving your body, not going out, actually reduces immunity.
Yes, of course.
So the first thing is take charge of your body.
Right.
If you can't walk for 40 minutes, start with 10 minutes a day. Start with full 15 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And make these routines.
Mm-hmm.
Even, for example, right now I'm speaking to you on the phone, right? I don't have to sit. I'm walking and speaking.
Oh, wow.
Because if you sit all the time, it puts a lot of pressure on the back. A lot
Right.
of people who sit a lot of time will have problems in their back, will have problems in their shoulders, will have problems in their neck.
Right.
So, one is every chance you get, move your body. Your body becomes stronger when you move. And when you move your body, you get ideas, you get a lot of energy. The second thing is do something for your mental state, for your mind. Because a lot of times your mind gives up before your body.
Yes.
Your mind gives up. So what are some strategies I tell people? So we have a very powerful meditation technique called open meditation.
Yes.
And people who practice it, they see change within instants. So within 1 week, within 10 days, within 15 days, they come back and tell me, we went through this meditation. We feel a lot more focused. We feel a lot more creative. We feel we are ready to face stress and challenges. So meditation is very powerful.
Yes.
Very powerful. And the third thing is constantly, no matter where you are today, invest in upgrading yourself. So keep upgrading yourself. So for example, I believe I know nothing. This is my belief, or I know very, very little, because the more I learn, the more I realize how little I know. So I'm always eager to learn. Always. So if you bring this number 3 in your life, so you said every moment, if you tell yourself, there's so much for me to learn, I can learn from everybody. And from some people, I can learn what not to do.
Exactly. Yes.
If you look at some people right now, some people, who landed up in jail. There's a woman, for example, a banker, right? Recently, she landed up in jail.
Okay.
I don't know. You might be aware of her.
Yeah. Yes. Of course I am.
So she landed up in jail, or there was a builder around 6 months ago. He landed up in jail.
Right.
I knew many of these people, okay, on a personal level, and some of the things they were practicing were not ethical, right?
Yes.
So right at that moment, you can see where things are headed.
Exactly.
So don't take these paths. So you can learn from everybody, either what
Right.
to do,
What not to do.
So everybody will teach you something. So,
Yeah.
So sometimes people say, "Oh, I want to get rich quick." Okay.
Yeah.
I want to do a scam. I want to do this. Never do, because all the case studies you see, it has a very bad end. On the other hand, if you go with ethics, you say, I want to serve, not only you will create money, you will enjoy yourself, you will have a good night's sleep, you won't need to pop pills in the night to sleep, you won't need to hide, you won't need to resort to drugs, you won't need to resort to alcohol, all those things. So simple things, these three things, your body, your mental state, mind, and third is keep learning, and put yourself, so invest your money into things that will help you learn. A lot of times people are afraid to invest in learning. So if you tell them, pick up this book, it costs 1,000 rupees, for example.
Yes.
For example, they have thoughts, is it okay? Should I?
Yeah. Should I invest in this or not?
But when somebody says, buy this shoe, it's for 5,000 rupees, or buy this handbag, or buy this mobile phone, it's for 1 lakh rupees.
Yeah.
They jump on it. Why? They even take an EMI to buy the mobile phone.
Yeah, so true. Yeah.
Because why? Because everybody around them has that. But the thing is, and this might sound harsh, everybody is not happy, everybody is not healthy, everybody is not successful, everybody is not well. Everybody is not doing those things. So sometimes you have to do things which everybody is not doing.
Of course.
And investing in knowledge is one of the best things. I tell people, it changed my life. I'm a very simple guy, but just my desire to constantly learn.
Yeah.
Every time, if there's a book, I pick it up. If there's a course, I pick it up. Anything, I feel is interesting, I'll go, I'll invest, I'll learn. So bringing that thing, so, many times people say, oh, college is over, school is over.
Yeah, the learning is over.
That's the worst type of thinking. Because many times, it's not their fault, because many times in college and school, the learning they learned was just memorizing, or it was just, it wasn't practical. But the learning I'm talking about is learning that can help you in life.
Exactly.
And if you want to create wealth, if you want to earn, anybody who wants to earn has to first learn.
Right.
Because when you learn, you earn.
Yeah, that's so amazing. When you learn, you earn. That's the perfect way. And I think that's the most sustainable way to live life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other than that, there is no other way to sustain for a longer duration.
And the L in learn stands for love.
Oh, wow.
L in learn, I look at it as love. So you love learning and you will earn.
Oh, wow.
Anything right now, like you're interviewing me so beautifully, you're asking me all these questions because you have learned, right? You have experience, you have passion, you have focused your energy. So that's how it comes out.
And I think it's a reciprocation of energy as well. The way that you're talking, I'm getting to learn so many new things from you just from this conversation. So it could be, a building block for my some other project that I take up. So this is something which is so amazing, Yogesh.
Anuja, I have a program which is a very powerful program.
Yes.
Called the Happionaire Way.
Right.
The Happionaire Way program. This is a 2-day program.
Okay.
It's an online program wherein in 2 days I give you the best stuff when it comes to mindset, goals, techniques, strategies to increase your energy, focus, visualization, meditation, routines, learning, and to get rid of, I told you about black hole statements, and replace them.
Yeah, very powerful.
Which I call IQ. And what is IQ? IQ is not intellectual quotient, it's something more powerful. These are illuminating questions.
Okay.
So illuminating questions means, for example, let's say you have in your mind, I am good enough, or I am not lovable, or I am not capable, or I can't afford it, or I don't have the time, I don't have the skill. replace that with the illuminating question. So you can say, okay, how can I become a lot more capable? How
Okay.
how can I move ahead? How can I learn faster? How can I become more energetic? How can I become healthier? How can I build a better life? How can I contribute more? How can I give more? How can I change the world?
That's so beautiful.
So
That's such a beautiful thought.
just changing it changes everything. So that's the program, the Happionaire Way.
Okay.
In fact, if any of your listeners want to join in, they can just visit happionaire.com.
Right. And you're
Right.
going to get the full dose of it. So, so this is the kind of trailer that we got in this particular podcast.
Uh,
The full dose would be in that.
I think if you're listening to this,
Yeah.
if you should go take the program, because what happens many times, people need support.
Of
So
course.
because there's so much distraction out there.
Yeah. Of course.
There's so much distraction. You hear all this, but you say, okay, now how do I start off? What do I do
Right.
next?
Right.
So for anybody who wants to start, and this is an application-based program because you spend 2 days live with me
Mhm.
online. So I want only people who are truly sincere and committed.
Right.
You have to apply to get accepted into the program.
Okay. That is so amazing.
Because it's like I'll give you everything, but if you
Mhm.
don't act, nothing will change in your life.
Yeah, exactly. It's a two-way process, right?
That's the process. So I like only people who are sincere,
Yeah.
who have belief and faith in themselves.
Right.
Still, you don't have belief and faith in yourself, you won't do anything.
Yeah.
Any of your listeners right now listening, if they have belief and faith in themselves and they need support,
Yeah.
they can visit happionaire.com and right there, apply now, fill in the form, apply, and if you get accepted in the program, there's a questionnaire. You answer the questions.
Yeah.
If we feel you're suitable, you're a good match, then you get accepted into the program. And you usually do it on a weekend, maybe once a month or once in 2 months, because I travel a lot.
Yes.
It's changed so many lives. And the best thing about the program is also, and in life, you need a group. Many times,
Yes.
if you surround yourself with people
Yeah.
who are constantly pulling you down, who are constantly toxic, who are
Right.
constantly making you negative, you can't succeed. So with this program, you also get a group of friends
Mhm.
who are on a similar journey,
Mhm.
who are happy when you succeed. Many times people are not happy when you succeed.
Yeah. Right.
They feel jealous of you. They feel, and
They'll
they try
bring
to
you
pull
down. Yeah.
pull you
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
If you try to do something good, they pull you down. They say, hey, why are you doing it? They make fun of you.
Right.
Why are you doing it?
Mhm.
Because they are not doing it, so they don't want you to do it.
Like a crab mentality, like
That's
how
their
crabs pull them.
psychology.
Yeah.
That's their psychology.
Right.
So here you get a different type of group, because I believe the more people you help succeed,
Mhm.
the more successful you become.
Wow.
The secret, the biggest secret, I'll tell you, people don't, no school tells you, no college tells you, the biggest secret is whatever you want is possible if you help a lot more people.
That
Help
is such a
a lot
beautiful
more
thought.
people. Whatever you want is possible. Just help a lot more people.
Wow. Like have compassion, maybe.
Have compassion, and don't hold. If you have something, if you have some knowledge, if you have some expertise, share it.
Yeah.
If you have something, if you have a piece of bread or some food and somebody comes, share it. Even if I'm sitting somewhere, I'm eating something, sometimes a cat might come or a
Yeah.
dog might come. I'll just
Yeah.
share a little. I'll pet the cat. I'll pet the dog.
Yeah.
Life becomes beautiful
Hmm.
when you share with people around you. When you help, it
Right.
creates a different kind of joy, and that joy really comes back to you manyfold.
Right. So true. And you can only realize that once you start doing it. Like listening to these words, that can pep you to do it. And once you do it, you realize that it was so much needed in your life. And then you do it again. So that becomes a cycle.
Absolutely, and everything good that has happened to me has been because of this attitude. I mean, even my
Yes.
first book came out when I was only 23.
Right.
It was just out of my desire to share. I was helping a friend.
Okay.
Can you help me get a job? I said, of course I can.
Mhm.
I wrote an email for my friend to CNBC TV 18. I
Okay.
said, check out my friend. He's an illustrator.
Okay.
They wrote back. They said, we'll help him, but we read your blog. I just had a simple blog.
Mhm.
I said, would you like to do a column on money control? 10 million readers.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, sure, why not? That column became so popular. They said, would you like to do a book? I said,
Okay.
sure, why not? But it all started with me helping my friend.
Right. So the intention matters a lot.
And every time somebody comes to you, can you help me? And if you can,
Mhm. Just
help.
do it.
Because many times, you won't even realize. I mean, so many things have happened to me. It's just because I've gone out of my way. Maybe it took how much time it might have taken me to write an email, maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
But that 5 minutes put my life on a different trajectory.
Right.
So, I mean, many times people ignore, they say, can you give me a testimonial? People give a testimonial. Or when I go in the plane, I make it a habit. I write a nice note or a feedback for the cabin crew. Because they've been kind to me. Or today I was in the bank, I complimented, the officer in the bank. I said, you're doing it so well, Thank you so much. She says, it's my role, it's my job. I said, no, but still, I appreciate you. So just giving that compliment, just
that
sharing,
will make their day.
It's so beautiful. It's a gift you're sharing, So I think just being nice, being good, people don't realize how much power it has.
Exactly, being genuinely nice. I think that is very powerful thing, and I think our generation needs it right now more than any time else.
I'll tell you, the world needs it. We would not force. I tell people, send your political readers to the Happionaire Way program. Send your CEOs to our program, because we won't an environmental crisis, because when you become compassionate, when you become aware, you will not damage the environment. You will make good cause.
You become reluctant to it,
and that is what we need, right? So if I can, I tell people, send all the CEOs, send CEOs of 100 companies to our program, because once they become aware, they realize, okay, I need to take care of the environment. I need to take care of my people.
Exactly.
If my organization has a toxic work culture, I need to take care of it, because if my people are happy, they will interact in a similar way with the customers, with the suppliers, with the investors. And the world has so much for everybody.
And then only we can grow together as a community.
Absolutely. And the world has so much, and human beings, I feel bad when I see human beings putting their mind to building, missiles and attacking each other, and tanks going, even today, there's a war going on.
Yeah, of course.
In the world, So we don't need that war, both sides, both leaders can sit together, reach a consensus, and, solve these issues.
Yeah.
Human beings, I mean, it's unfortunate today that wars are still on. So the next generation which are there, everywhere, I go to schools, colleges, everywhere. This is something we can change the world together.
Yeah, of course. So Yogesh, I think you have brought up like a very strong point, which is like the wars that are going on right now. So war has been in the fabric of humanity since the time our society started. And right now, we cannot get rid of it even after so much of advancement, so much of technological advancement, psychological advancement. So is there like a psychological flaw that we still have?
It's a psychological reason. You are right. It's a psychological reason, Anuja. Please continue your question. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that was the only question that I had. That is it something to do with the way we think, or is it inevitable?
It's not inevitable. It's a psychological reason. I'll tell you, the psychological reason comes from the leaderships who go to war. They have mental blocks. So they, deep in their psychology, deep within them, they have certain insecurities.
Okay.
If you study let us say Alexander the Macedonian. He called himself Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
I don't like to call him the Great. I call him Alexander the Macedonian, because he wanted to capture the world.
Right.
Since the age of 22, he went to war. So he killed his own father. He killed his own brothers.
Yeah.
He wiped out villages.
Yeah, of course.
And he came all the way till India. And he wanted to capture India, but he couldn't capture India. And in that process, in that, that greed, that lust for power, that hunger for power, which comes from a lack of self-love, a lack of self-approval.
Right.
He was not comfortable within himself, so he wanted to prove something to the world. He wanted to prove, I can capture the world. In the end, what happened is he became an alcoholic.
Yeah.
He couldn't function properly because deep within him he had so many challenges. He killed his own best friend. He couldn't think he killed his best friend. He completely abandoned him, and he couldn't even return back to his hometown. He died midway. He was only 32 or 33 when he died.
Right.
And this is Alexander who they call the great, but he wasn't great.
Exactly.
And if you study you study any of these, guys, conquerors or warlords or any of them,
Mm-hmm.
all of them have a similar end. You study history from the past 5,000 years, 4,000,
Right.
5,000 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it all comes down from a lack of self-awareness. Deep down, they have unresolved issues.
Of course.
So if I'm there, and if I'm walking on the road and somebody accuses me or anything, if I have self-awareness that it doesn't matter, I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to have a fist fight.
Right.
But if I have certain psychological issues, I will stop my car, I will get down, I will start telling, Abhi kyun bola aise? Why did you
Right.
tell-" And
If you're insecure.
if you're deep down, so deep insecurities within.
Mm-hmm.
Ego is also a deep form of insecurity, because you want to put up an act, you want to put up,
Exactly.
you want to prove something to somebody. If I'm rich,
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to prove anything to anybody.
Yeah. Because you know you are. I mean, you don't have to prove it to someone else.
You don't. If you are intelligent, you don't have to prove it to anybody. Right?
Exactly.
Only if you aren't, you have to prove it to the world. The sun doesn't have to prove to Yogesh or to anybody that the sun shines.
Right.
Even if I say the sun doesn't shine, the
It
sun
doesn't
is,
make a difference.
even if I spit on the sun, nothing will happen to the sun.
Right.
So that is the reason. And wars, all these things can go once these people realize
Mm-hmm.
that, realize that they are greater than this. They have an opportunity. If you are the president, if you are the prime minister, if you are in charge, you
Yeah.
have the opportunity to leave a legacy.
Right.
You can do so much more, rather than being remembered in history. This person killed 100,000 children.
Exactly.
Because of this man, 500,000 women lost their husband.
Right. Is it really worth it?
Is it really?
No.
So, you might do PR, you might do propaganda, you might do
Yeah.
marketing. Look at Hitler, for example.
Mm-hmm.
After 1,000 years, that's how he's going to be remembered.
Exactly.
He had the opportunity to do something different. He did.
Right.
Saddam Hussein, look at so many, they have come, they have gone.
Mm-hmm.
They're at the height of their power, they're
Right.
not the only thing, but look at their ends, And-
They had the opportunity to do something constructive and they choose to destruct.
Yes, they could have done something beautiful. And today
Yeah.
also, many leaders come to me, I tell them, you have the chance to change the world.
Right.
And you are blessed, you have the power. Why don't you change the world? Why don't you do something beautiful? And
Mhm.
people will love you. I mean, there are leaders, you look at certain places, there are leaders who have done great for their people.
Yes, of
And,
course.
You do that, You'll get whatever you want by doing good.
And Yogesh, do you think like when we put someone on a pedestal, we give someone that kind of a power that the person has? So does that messes up with your brain? I mean, is that possible?
No, it depends. You see what happens, Anuja. If your nature, let us say by nature you are an evil person, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you have no power, you can't do any evil, right?
Right.
Because, right, let us say your tendencies are evil, whatever reason,
Mhm.
Let's say you are a psychopath, for example, okay?
Okay.
You have psychopathic tendencies, but you have no power,
Yeah.
So you don't have power, so you can't have that much impact.
True. So true.
But let us say you are a good person,
Mm-hmm.
okay? If you get power, and deep down you're a good human being, you
Yeah.
want it good. If you get power, your good will get magnified.
Yeah. Right.
But if
That's so
you're
true.
an evil person and you get power, your evil will get magnified. So if you, by pedestal, you mean power, you mean fame, you
Exactly.
mean
Yeah.
money, and that's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Your basic setup, that is, it's very important to target the core within, your psychology within, your mental state within. So
Mhm.
if you are made to realize your mental state within, and the faster you do it, the better. So that's why,
Yeah.
it's not the power.
Mhm.
You can look at history, people with power who have done so good for people.
Right. So it's the
Yeah.
core that matters.
It's the core, I know people, I work with companies, their leadership has done so well for their people, they've given
Right. Of course.
houses, they've given their people cars, they've taken care of their people like the children.
Mm-hmm.
So it is the core that matters. So if your core, it's not, because even to do good, you need power, right?
Of course.
If
Yeah.
I
That's
want
the
to do good,
prerequisite.
I don't have power, I don't have influence, I
Mhm.
can't do any change. So it's the basic state, if your basic state is of goodness,
Yeah.
you should, I tell people, if you want to do good, You should do everything possible in your way to get a lot more power to influence people.
Exactly. And power only it will only magnify the whole process.
Exactly.
It won't change your, intention of doing something.
Absolutely. You can help more people. You can, whatever, if your message is of goodness or
Right.
your product, your service, anything,
Yeah.
you can help a lot more people.
Exactly. That is so amazing. Yogesh, it is so enlightening to speak to you. I don't want to end this, but I can go on for hours and hours talking to you about this thing. But I can understand you have a time constraint, and I think I have got enough on my plate to, just play around. And thank you so much for coming to our show. It was lovely speaking to you.
It was my pleasure. It was my honor.
Thank you
best
so
of luck.
much. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Take care of yourself. Have a great year ahead.
You too. You too. Take care and best of luck to your listeners and everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.